Hi guys, it's Dave Bennett with moji-crew.com and theme2html.com. It is September 20th, 2014, and a bunch of guys have been asking how to create a PayPal button and put it on your theme2html website. All right, fine, let me show you how to do it, because that's like huge, right? If you cannot take payments in PayPal, how in the world do you expect to make money online? Stop with the affiliate programs and learn how to take money into your own PayPal account, right? Go get one if you don't have one. Upgrade if you need to. Let's go in there and figure this out. So when you log in, hit Merchant Services, and it takes you to a section where you can, upgrade your account or read about creating buttons. And then after that, you can create a new button. Okay. Now, I've got a lot of buttons. I just want to point this out. For the past 11 years, I've just sold all kinds of things that we've set up, right? And that's the value of it, right? So some of you guys are setting up your very first button. Never feel afraid to set up multiple buttons. If you want to set up buttons for partners, friends, franchises, whatever, that way you can put a unique code on your button. That way when you get payments through yours is for you. If you get payments from buddies of yours and you're sharing monies with them, then you can see that. Okay, so I don't take my own PayPal button and put it on your website. I would create a version of it for you that I would know yours has that bit of coding on it, whatever the -123, and that would be for you. And then that way, whenever I get sales from that button, I can see it in PayPal. And because I know that that's your code, the -123, whatever that means, then of course that means you're responsible for the sale. Okay. So when you go and you want to make your own retail sales, create your own buttons. There's no better thing in the world than taking the money directly into your PayPal account at retail and then paying wholesale out of it. And I'll give you an example. If you want to take in here's the example. I used to sell runs and I try to do them myself. Okay, 37.50, and I would think, oh, this isn't going to take long. I'll have this done in just a few days. Okay, I could picture it that way. 2, 3 days, I could get the website done for the guy, a whole run, and then we'll all be happy. And I'll make 37.50 in just a few days. But it never worked that way. And this is the point of the production line, by the way, is there would always be something the matter with the coding. There would always be some issue or some glitch or some twist that would cost me a lot more time than I thought. And constantly, the runs would wind up taking like 2 months. Shoot. Or I'm sorry, 2 months, 2 weeks. 2 weeks, okay? And so then I think I wanted all the money myself. So if I do all the work myself, do work, keep money. Okay, this is the best I could think. Keep all the money. Okay, and that's what I thought. Okay, but it would take 2 weeks. 2 weeks later, here's the problem. 2 weeks later, I was broke again. Gotta sell another one. And so guess what? I get another one. And that's 3750. Okay, 3750. All right. And what did I think? Do the work, keep the money. Right? That's what I thought. Okay. And then 2 weeks later, literally, this is what would happen. Okay, I'm not kidding. I've done this for a long time. All right, in a way. This is why I like come and go often is I just get buried in my own work. I'd have too much stuff going on. And I thought to myself, this is stupid. I always capped out at 7,500 a month. And it's like, my God, I'm teaching guys and they're running off and my guys, okay, are making a lot more because they don't have to answer all the email questions, the support questions. They don't have to help people because I don't have any responsibility to other people, right? Don't have the whole crew to work with, right? To assist. Okay. So I just thought, what in the world? And then I realized with the production line, let's try that. You know what happened? Here's the way it works now. And this is the way it should be for you. Don't do the work yourself. Do put the thing out there for whatever you want. You can do it for 37.50, but then you're going to pay in 19.95, say, for us on wholesale doing the full scale run the way we do. We have a 9.95 version, which is just the website. Then we have the 19.95, which is the website plus the expander package where we do an internal Moji run on the website to make that website much larger. A page for each keyword. So it becomes like a 400, 500, 600 page website. And then finally, we go out and we start promoting it for you. So it gets all those legs out there on the internet to help it be competitive. Okay. Now, what's that leave you with? Okay. So if you think 3750 minus 1995, okay, and you say, well, criminy, that only leaves me with like 1750, okay? Shoot, that's like 2,000 less, right? What's the difference? The difference is this. You give the form to the client, they fill it out, and give it back to you. You send it to us. We do everything and send you the finished info. You tell client, client sees and loves you to death because the site is awesome and you're done. Okay, total time for you, about 10 minutes before, right, to deal with the form, 10 minutes after, right, to tell client the info, or to send the info to the client, right? And that means you made $17.50 for, let's say, half an hour of work, okay? Right? That's what, by the way? That's $3,500 an hour. Now, you don't have to stop. While all this run is happening for this client, go sell another one. Go sell another one. Go sell another one. Go sell another one. That's how this becomes possible, okay? And it becomes possible. All of a sudden, you can start averaging. I don't care if it takes you 3 days to make a sale. That's 1,750 in 3 days. For those of you who are wondering, 1,750, and let's say in 3 days, that means you make 2 of these a week, okay? Times 2 a week, all right? That's 3,500 a week, times like 4.3 weeks a month, which is the reality check. That's 15,000 a month, okay? 15,000 a month, all right? And you do how much work? 1, 2, 3, 4, like 4.5 hours of work. That's part-time for 1 day. And you don't have to know anything about websites. Much about websites, imagery sizing, how to make a logo, where to get content, or write content, or spin, or anything. You don't need to do anything. Don't do anything. Just assist with the sale. That's it. Isn't that a great way to make 15 grand a month? That's 180,000 a year, right? That's if you're working full time. And it doesn't, hey, you don't have to do anything like that. If you work 5-day weeks, like 5 hours per week. Do you get it? I mean, that's what's possible. All right. Anyone not think it through that way, start thinking it through that way. Because that's what's possible. And if you get people to help you sell because you find out you can sell and you want to get other people to sell, then you know what? You can split monies with them. They get rich, you get rich, we get rich. The clients are all happy. Everybody's happy. Everything works. So it all starts with being able to create a PayPal button on your website. So let's go create one, right? So I'm going to create a new button. Okay, now watch. You may not have all the options I do. I can create a shopping cart. I can create like a subscription button. Depending on where your PayPal account is, you may not be able to do those. But all you need to do is a buy now button. Okay, and we're just going to give it a name. We're going to say, and you could call it anything, the website expansion package, the rank push package, the rapid growth package, whatever it is you want to call it, right? I'm just going to call it a pro website, okay, with panel. That's what I'm going to call it. I'm going to give it an item ID. Okay, I'm just going to call it that, just generically. I'm going to call it like a pro website with panel, and there's like one being bought. So I'm just going to give it a cool name with the number, PWP-1, all in caps, right? That looks professional. Use capitals, pro website with panel. It's just nice to use caps like that. Let me see. Yeah, you can make it look better this way. I can show you. Now, pro website with panel, and then PWP1. It all looks professional. put a price on here. By the way, if you've never made a PayPal button before, this is the beginning of you paying yourself. Okay, I'm going to put $49.95. There are guys out there selling these for $74.95. You want to do it? Just type it in, $74.95. Anyone thought they can't? Yeah, you can. Plumbers, doctors, dentists, lawyers, most people expect websites to cost this kind of money. If you want to make yours look cheap, especially, and that's without a control panel. Because when you have it with a control panel, there are people selling for this kind of money out there on the internet. Okay, I'm not kidding. 19,495. Okay, or 18,495 or 17,495, but that's with the control panel. Some guys go further, 23,495. Okay, if you're gutsy enough and you think you're that good, go for it. If you don't think you're that good, not yet anyway, just go 49.95. Don't put a comma. Why make the number look big when you can make it look smaller? 49.95, no comma. Okay, here's the point. We're going to add a text field in our case, and that's really all we need. I mean, you can go through these things if you want and click for the examples, but nah, I just need a text field. That way, in case I need to contact the guy back, like when you get a payment, ever get a payment from a guy and you cannot reach him, he doesn't call you or email you, and you're waiting, but maybe he lost the information. Well, you want to be able to contact him and say, oh, I'm over here, That's a big deal. So how about that? Best email for contact. Again, use capitals in a sensible way so it looks professional. Done. Okay, there you go. There's your customer's view. All right. Now, let me just take it off. Do you know why? Because I just want to keep it simple. Okay, just to show you what's going on. There's other options down here. Okay, like if you click on this, is for tracking inventory. Save the button, track the inventory, and so on. Yeah, let's save the button. Let's do that. By default, you never need to hit step 2. We don't have any inventory. We don't need to worry about this step 2 at all. That's going to be check marked by default. So don't worry about it. You never need to click on step 2. Step 1 is what we just did. Okay, that was it. And you can just use your secure merchant account ID. That's a good way to go about it. Okay, just leave it on that. All we had to do was change the top. Buy now, name, item ID, some price, and then if you want, add a text field. That's it. And then step 3, customize advanced features. The only ones we're going to be interested in, really, let's start here. Do you want to let your customer change the quantities? No. Have them pay for each run separately so that you don't get your accounting jumbled up. You want to know what each payment was for. So no sense in letting them change order quantities. Just let them make separate purchases for each website he wants. It's fine. That way each thing is bundled in its own box. It's good for you and good for your customer. Now, can your customer add special instructions? Yeah, I mean, it just looks professional to leave it there. Okay, so don't change either of those. Do you need your customer's shipping address? Yes, I do. In my state where my business is registered, I must have my customer's shipping address because if I don't have my customer's shipping address, then every time there's a payment, Washington State assumes that the buyer is in Washington State. Okay, unless I can prove otherwise, they are innocent. They assume that my buyer is in Washington State and I am charged 10% in taxes. Okay, so if somebody pays $49.95 and I don't get that actual address, at least a partial address, a sensible address, a shipping address, even though I don't ship, I need their address. I need to prove that they're out of state by taking their word for it. Okay, they need to put that in a field for me. Okay. That's why Amazon does the same thing, by the way. You have to put a shipping address even if nothing's going to be shipped, but they need to know your address, and it's exactly for the same reason. Okay, even if they don't need to ship to you. Okay, they need to know your address for the purchase for their own taxes. So they can charge me $500. Okay, so if it was like $19.95 wholesale, and I was expecting that if you sold a run, and maybe I cut you a deal because you've done business with me before, and I say, okay, you can sell for $19.95, I can give you $500 off. Imagine that. Well, that'd be great, but that cuts a lot into my profit. Okay, and it's great because you brought me a sale. That's nice. I can work with that. Okay, but if also Washington State pulls 500 extra bucks, I am underwater. I literally cannot afford it. I'm broke. Okay, I have to pay more than I get. All right, so that's how important that is. Many of you have to get your customer's shipping address. The rest of you may not. You may as well, though. Okay? You may as well. All right, finally, if the customer cancels, do I want to send them somewhere? Yeah, may as well, right? Guess where? It's going to be the page that they were on. So watch this. Here we go. I've got my page. Let's say this is going to be the page where I'm going to put the PayPal button, or a page where I'm going to put the PayPal button. It's going to be the page. Okay. Maybe that's the page. Okay. So there we go. That's going to be it. Watch this. I'm going to put that right here. Boom. Now, let's say, oh, that's when they cancel. That means if they cancel, I'll take that trailing slash off, but it doesn't matter. If they cancel, I want to bring them back. I want the next page they go to being the page they left so they can reconsider and maybe do it again. Those of you who are really cool with anchors, you know how to put anchors in your page, you can stick your anchor sign in there, and that would be your payment button. That way, when it brings them here, it takes them down to the place where they can make the payment again. They see the same button. Some people, they kind of like hesitate, cancel, and then they come back and they look again and think, oh, forget it. I'm going to get it. Definitely. I'm going to get it. I should get it. I'm going to get it. And they buy the second time around. That's how important it is to bother with little tricks like this. And you can do that, right? You can go into the source code of the page that you're on, okay? The source code, and you can add a little anchor, right? There's an anchor up in here somewhere, or if there isn't, just manually add it in the ahref with the pound symbol and then a name like PAY, okay? And you can put your anchor in there, okay? It's very easy to do. And so then you just match it, right? Make sure that link works, okay? If the anchor doesn't exist, it just goes to the top of the page, so no problem, okay? That way you can put it in there now and you can stick the actual anchor on the page later if you want. That's just thinking ahead, okay? What if they finish though? You want to send them to a page where you say, congratulations for your purchase, here's the form or the thing you bought or whatever it is, right? That's how it always works. When you buy something and then it gives you a page where you can download it or get the form. So we need to create that, right? We don't really have it. Let's just quickly do it. Watch this. I'm going to go back to pages. I'm going to make a page. I'm going to make it based on some other page that's easy to work with. So just let's see. Yeah, okay. Nice and short, simple and sweet. So I'm going to do it on that. Okay, ready? Themes, I'm going to duplicate that. Boom. Okay. WAP. Now, that's this one. It's the second one. I don't want this in the menu. Okay. I don't want congratulations for your purchase in the menu, but this is going to be like a purchase confirmation. Okay. Okay. That's what it's going to be called. Okay. Page URL, that's also going to be purchase confirmation. Okay. I just do it that way. Now, at the bottom, same thing, purchase confirmation, and I'll give it a name, Pro Website with Admin Panel. And I'll say something like, thank you for your purchase. Thank you for your business in the meta description. You don't need keywords. Ignore it. Up in here, guess what? Let's just start doing it, right? This is easy. Purchase confirmation. All right. Thank you for your purchase. Your purchase, okay? Please fill out the form and send it send it to and put your email address, right? Whatever it is, because you don't want them to know who we are. You want them to know who you are. I'm just going to put mine, but you put yours. Okay? And then you're going to forward it to us. Now, how do you make that clickable? Very simple. You just use your hyperlink button. And what type is it? It's a mail to. Since I don't see it, I'm going to say other. And I'm just going to type it here. Mail to colon, MAILTO colon, and then the address, mail to support at theme2html.com. Could you put a different email address in there? Sure. And people do it so that the link itself could say something like contact us, I'm just going to make it this way in case they can't click it to make it work. They can at least see the email address. Okay. So the form below is going to be below. There's going to be a link here, and I don't need this stuff, so I'm going to get rid of it. WAP. Okay. And I don't need that either. Just going to get rid of it. But I need that form, right? So let me go get it. Website marketing solutions. And you can download the form and put on your own website or just take it from our page, right? Just use that link because they're not going to see our page. They're just going to get the link. Let me copy the link address for the form. That's the form. Okay. And let's do this. Boom. Okay. That's the actual link. So that's not what I'm going to paste in here. I'm just going to say client intake form. Okay. Fill out the applicable form, the form that best applies to you or whatever. Let me just do this because I'm thinking out loud here. You can do this any way you want. Let me see. First, I'm going to make this like a heading 1, so it's huge. I'm going to make this like a heading 2, so it's smaller. Okay. Now this I'm gonna like center it. Now what I want to do is make the link be paste. There it is. Boom. That's the zip file. Okay. And then I'm going to make some note below that. Okay. And the note will be something like this. The majority, or please, here we go. Ready? Please fill out the appropriate form. Most fields are optional, right? So just fill out what you want us to work with. We will take care of everything else. We'll let you know if we have any questions. Exclamation point. Then down here, just wrap it up, right? Right. Your new website will be finished within 2 weeks of the time you send us the form. Congratulations. Right? And you could even put your last bit in there, right? Fill out the form, right? We will send you all instructions, right, for full control when we're finished. Now you can just juice it up a little bit, congratulations, I'll do like that, make the font, anything else, get it like huge or something. Of course it's a ridiculous font, so maybe I won't change the font. All right, now I can like yellow that in, and I can center it, and that just looks good. Okay, and then I might just underline something like all of this, and it just makes the page look kind of cool that way, right? And I might just put like a horizontal block in here, like right there, and right here. Okay, that's it. And I might just give it a little extra space. Okay, that's it. Now the only thing is this: update. Okay, when I actually look what that page looks like, look at the page, and here it is. I got the link, by the way, so guess what I can do? I can stick that in my button, continue. Okay, and here we go. When they finish, there it is. It's going to be there. Okay, whoops. Let me make sure I get it. Okay, there. Right? And that's it, by the way. That's all I needed for that. Let me create the button. I don't need anything else. Now, before I create the button, let's review. How many things did I have to do? Okay, step 1 of create the button. Buy now, give it a name, item ID, and a price. Maybe create your text field with best email. Step 2, nothing. Step 3, just put the page in where they can buy it or go back if they cancel. It takes them back where they started so that they can pay for it again. And otherwise, if they finish, it takes them to the purchase confirmation page that we just created, right? Which is that one. That's why I got to highlight the link and paste it in. Now, client intake form doesn't look much like a link. If I want to force it to be the right color and everything, I may just have a touch more to do, and not much, but let me go. Let me force it, okay? I'm going to go to the source code, and I can see the piece in here. There it is, by the way, client intake form. And what I want is the coding to be there. Okay, watch this. Ready? I'm going to take this and I'm going to put an underline on it to force it to be underlined, and I'm going to force it to be blue. Okay. Now, update and reload. Let's just see if that worked. Let me refresh. Okay, it's underlined, but it's not blue. Let me make it blue. Okay. And that's because the theme's overriding it. I'm going to fix that source because the coding that you need to make it blue needs to be as close to the wording as possible so that See, we started by saying go blue, but then the next thing we did was say go according to the link text stuff. We want it to be the other way around. Go according to link text stuff. Now go blue and underline. So I'm going to take those 2 bits right there, Control X, and paste them on the inside, right next to the words. Okay, I could do it with the ending stuff too, but I probably don't need to. So let me just update. Okay, now look. There we go. That's all I had to do. Now if you click it, boom, there it is, the form. And it's awesome because when they go opening the form, it's right in here, okay? It doesn't brand us. No one sees us in this process. It's a white label form. It doesn't even say where to send it. They're just going to send it back to you when they fill it out. And again, most of the stuff is optional. No one needs to be afraid of the form. No one is. No one gets mad about the form either because they want the job done well and we are asking all the right questions. You know what that means? This looks so good, so serious and so professional that you might even want to make this form available before they buy, somewhere else on the page, which you can do. You can put the client intake form anywhere on the website so that they can download it and look at it first and then realize you're serious, that the work you do is worth that kind of money. They'll get it. Okay. Now, the last thing I needed, right, was to put the payment button on, the actual button. So let me go do it. Let's just go here. I want to get that, right? Let me go back and get my coding. Okay. So yeah, that was all we had to do. Okay. Let me create the button. I didn't have to go that far, but at this point, it just looks really good. Uh-oh, URL must include dot, 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 dot. Oh, yeah, they don't take the pound sign. I forgot about that because I don't have to do it much myself. I forgot about that. All right, forget about it. Good thing to know, but not useful this time. Let's go create the button. Okay. So I just showed you a lot for making a completely powerful payment button. And those forwarding pages, those are completely optional. You could just have it go back to the main page. You could contact them later. But if you do that, that does your work for you of sending them the form. If you put the form on the site separate, just tell them make the payment, then go fill out the form. That way you don't have to forward them to the form. You don't even have to create the purchase confirmation page at all. I just did it because it looks professional. And you can do just like I did. You can copy what you saw me do here. You can copy the content off the page. Just pause the screen now and do what I did. Okay. And all of a sudden, there you go. You're done. Now, let me go do this. I'm going to go back to the home page and I'm going to edit it so that I can go to the bottom. And I want to paste the coding in instead of this thing, let's say. Okay, ready? Here we go. I'm going to come down to it. Okay. And I'm going to get rid of that affiliate link thing. I could have done it out here. I can see it better. Okay. Whap. I'm going to get rid of it. Okay. Now, what? I give myself some room. Source. Let's see. I'm going to come down. I'm going to put my coding in that paragraph. There's the paragraph, right? Opening of the paragraph, closing of the paragraph, paste. I just pasted in my form. Go back. Scroll down. All right, it's great, but it's not centered. So I'm just going to click in here. Then I'm going to center it. Okay. Boom. So far, so good. Let me update just long enough to see it. Okay. Let's take a look. Okay. And there it is. And now I got to make it a little better. I got to say something like that. Let us do it for you now, just $49.95, something like that. You don't have to put the pricing on the page. It just that way people are knowing what to expect. That's the old version of the page. Okay. Yeah, there we go. Knowing what to expect, right? Okay. Let us professionally or whatever create your new professional website today, right? Or with control panel, powerful control panel, whatever, customized control panel today. Just $49.95. Right through, Friday, right? Through this Friday. Or whatever. You can say anything you want. Just say just $49.95 to simplify it. Obviously, you can do whatever you want there. Now watch. Ready? Again, bold. Let's go with like centering, and then if we put like a header 2 on it, that's good. Maybe it's too big, but I can just split it up. I can keep typing it like that, Okay, it's not centered. Let me highlight and center. Okay, and then maybe I want to change the color to something cool. you know, like a red. What do I know? Or maybe just this part I want to be red. Okay. So then this part goes to like a dark blue or something, you know? Wow. Okay. And that might be it. Let's update. Wow. Okay. Let's see what that looks like. All right, that's cool. Let's say I did what I wanted to do. I got it. It's all set. Here it is. Somebody can hit it. Wow. And guess what? Right now, at this time, they can buy it from me. They can log in and buy it for that amount, and then and they can buy it from you. And what are you doing? You're paying us the wholesale, okay? And you keep the rest, whatever it is. Get it? That's called putting yourself in business, okay? If you didn't realize it, that is how you put yourself in business. This is the easiest way. Get your own website with your own PayPal buttons on it, and you become your own manager, your own program owner. You understand? This is it. This is the way you want to learn how to do it. And this is how guys make money on the internet. Okay, and that's the best way to go. By the way, what else can you do? You can copy that code. You can copy this whole thing, right from the coding, and you can paste it into the bottom of every single page you have. That gives people every time, instead of this, put the one in for the pro site and start selling the pro site. You know, make your comments about we'll do it for you, or have both. This can be there, and then underneath you can have a question. Want us to do the work? Question mark. And then it can have your coding underneath that. So now people have this option for the small guy, or the guys who are working with small money, and then the bigger option for the guys working with bigger money. Okay? That way, the guy who works out of his garage and he's trying to work his way up the ladder can start here. It's perfectly fine. Everyone's got to start somewhere. The guys who are further along and want you to do it because they have the money for you to do it for them, then you have their option below. They're the program owners. Get it? There you go. That is how you do it. There's your payment button and everything. That's how it worked. You can go back and edit the button if you want. You can create a similar button. You can create a new button. You can do all of this. Okay? So there you go. That was all it took to put yourself in business. You can get out of here. You can get out of there. You can get out of there. Everything is done. Get it? It's all done. All right, I hope you found that interesting because, yeah, you can put these buttons anywhere you want. They could go at the bottom of the page, the middle of the page. You could probably stick it in the left sidebar as a new widget, and you could just paste it in, the coding in there, and it'll show up on the side. You can move it in whatever order according to a video, like right below the video. Watch the video, buy the thing. You know, if you want to do a video on YouTube, makes you even stronger still, right? There's all kinds of things you can do, or just use whatever's there already. You know, they see the video and then they decide to buy. They're on the website. They may as well. Makes sense. All right, so there's just all these things you can do. But if you don't want to show our videos, just take it off. Put your own on. You know how you take it off, by the way? I mean, if you didn't, it's so simple, right? Go to left sidebar, and then just for the YouTube video, just disable it. Okay? Come back, refresh. There's nothing about us. And yeah, you don't need to say theme to HTML anywhere. You can call it your own thing. Everywhere it says theme to HTML, change it to your own thing. Change the logo to your own logo. Change that to whatever you're calling it. The website, leader package. Anything you want to give it a name for, and you can change everything. All of the print here can be anything you want. And so whatever. And so you can sell our stuff, sell your stuff. You can sell anything you want. I mean, theme to HTML is really cool. But now that you know how to put a payment button on the page, right? You're putting yourself in business, and that's the entire point. All right, I hope you enjoyed that. And we're going to go ahead and kill that video and continue on with more. I'm going to start showing people how you actually find websites very quickly and evaluate websites very quickly that can use our services. Okay? So that you don't waste your time looking through websites that do or don't need us. You just know who needs us and who you can talk to right away. All right? And you can always put offers up in forums and stuff. It's always worth it. All right, I'll talk to you later on. That'll be the next topic. Hope you enjoyed this one. Now you know how to put PayPal buttons on web pages. By the way, you could start, here's the simplest form of that. You could start with a text file, rename it buy dash now. Okay, open it, paste in the coding for your PayPal button. I just did. Close it. I still had it. Rename it HTML. Buy now.html. Boom. And guess what? That is it. So anything else I put in to explain what the button is, what it's for. Like if I went and copied the coding from the page and just pasted it in here, like the paragraph above it that explained it, then there you go, man. That's a good looking buy now button. But this thing works, by the way. When I put the code on there like that, it works. You see, somebody can actually buy it. This is how you make a lot of money online. Okay? So just put that on some website somewhere and put a link to it. Tell people, hey, you can get it. You know, there you go. That's it. That's all it took. To put yourself in business, that's really all it takes. Now you know how. All right, guys. I hope you enjoyed that, and we'll continue on doing more.